Peace. What's cracking? How you? A1 Drizzy. Peace. Shaq Rock King. Black. Peace. Oxtail Cook. What up? Having a little cocktail right now. Why? Kind of felt like it. FBA combo was good. Yes, sir. Mark Wynn. Savannah, Georgia in the house. Pardon me for taking time off. I had construction going on down here. And so it was too loud, too dusty, and dirty. Heck 9. Peace. Yeah, I gotta shout out our girl Michelle Williams. Goodness gracious. We donate even when we not on. Sister is A number one. A number one. Shout out to you, Shelly. Heck 9 was good. Okay. No, stop that. Welcome back to the God Pod with Lord Jamar. I am Lord Jamar. It is good to see everyone in the house as we enter the place to be. I know for some of you, this is Jeopardy time right now. And I'm taken away from Ken Jennings. And pardon me for that. You know, I would probably be watching Jeopardy right now. But I said, fuck Jeopardy. We're going to come talk to my people tonight. Make sure you click that like button upon entering. Click that share button. Let people know that we live right now. That, we're just going to discuss some things. Current events, whatever you really want to talk about, to be honest. Kwame Owusu said, shout out to you and Dean Winters and Leon. Yes, sir. Thank you. Oz crew. He's talking that Oz shit right there. Uh-huh. That's right, FBA Combo. Tell them, please like and subscribe. Shout out to all my Oz alumni. That was like acting school for me. I ain't even gonna hold you. That was a very, that was a great experience that I will always remember and cherish. They accepted your boy with open arms. It was great. Ah, yes. Akron Slim said, I miss Fact Checker. Rest in peace, Fact Checker Rage. I was thinking about the brother, too, the other day. Man. Rage goes back. Me and Rage go back. But yeah, man, you know, part of I guess part of the example, you know, with Rage is, man, you got to take care of yourself, man. You can't be so cerebral and so intelligent, yet you don't use that intelligence on yourself. You know, you got to be smart enough to, um, yeah, you got to be smart enough to take care of yourself. You know, smart mentally as well as physically. You know, so a lot of y'all, if you've been following me on IG, you know, you see that I'm on a fitness journey right now. Uh, I'm on the, I'm in the gym very frequently. Um, and I'm just striving to show people that it doesn't matter what age you are and all this type of shit. I'm 57 years old. Um, and I'm doing things that a lot of people aren't able to do. Not that I'm some Superman, but it's just the fact that we live in a society where people are doing nothing. People are really becoming soft. So the average man out here can't even do 20 push-ups, and that's pitiful. How are we going to protect our communities, you know, from whatever we need to protect it from if we don't have the strength to do so? Or if we're dropping off like flies at old age, I mean, at young ages. Um, yeah, we got to eat better. We got to start working out. We got to fucking, you know, stop being fucking lazy. Get your ass up early and go to the fucking gym. Because that's not what's going to kill you. What's going to kill you is when you don't do that. That's what's going to kill you. Okay. Um, this is a good question. LJ, do you use AI tools? If so, for what? I just saw Ron Browse mention he uses it sometimes for production. Um, no, I don't really use AI tools. Maybe there's this one program that I use that it's like an AI mastering type of program where it helps give you a, you know, overall master sound after you've mixed some shit or whatever the case may be. Um that's the only thing I can think of. Now my man, my partner Roman, he uses AI all the time. Like, you know what I mean? He be ready to punch in uh just questions for AI and shit like that. I'm not I'm not there like that. I don't really fuck with AI to that point. Um, you know, I don't feel that AI is smarter than us. We can come up with better ideas than AI. We've been doing it. Why the fuck we got to now rely on artificial intelligence, okay, to replace the real intelligence, right? Let's not get into that. I mean, I'm sure it has its uses. It's convenient for certain things, you know, especially when you motherfuckers don't want to bust your brain. You don't want to actually think for yourselves. Um, that's right. A1 Drizzy said, I could beat the computer in chess. Uh huh. Yes, sir. Um, but they make a lot of things that are not good for you convenient. Okay. They make it something where, oh yeah, that's, you know, that's convenient. The microwave is a great example. You know, it's very convenient, you know, to be able to just pop your shit in there, your leftovers, and heat them up real quick. You know, that's very convenient. But is it the best thing for you? You know, um, and we all know the answer is no. We all know the answer is no. So Thank you for that question. No, that was a good question. That was a good question. So, like I said, if you're just joining us, pardon me for being away for a couple of weeks now. I had construction going on in my home. I was actually installing a bathroom in my basement. Okay, my basement is very nice. Um, you know, I got this side with the studio, and then on the other side, I got like a home theater type of deal. There's even like a little kitchenette area, but there was no bathroom down here. Right, but there was a room back there that was perfect for a bathroom, but it had to go from scratch. I'm talking had to jackhammers and put drains and all this type of shit, frame it, sheetrock, all of that type of shit. So that's what was going on. And these motherfuckers was here from like 8:30 in the morning till like 6 something, 7 at night. And then it was just all dusty down here and it was just loud, and it wasn't a good time to do the shit. So we took time off, but we're back now. And I appreciate you um, coming back, joining me. Um, you know, because things happen, and you see the real ones. You see the real ones who really fuck with you. You know what I mean? I'd rather have a few handful of real ones than a bunch of fucking fake ones. You know what I mean? So, cheers to y'all. All right, so pretty soon the possibly this government shutdown will be over. The lower chamber of the U.S. Congress is voting on a bill to end the longest government shutdown in the country's history, even though I could have sworn I read somewhere where there was a 73-day shutdown. Um, yeah, some time ago. But we can look that up. Y'all will look that up. It's been 43 days since the shutdown began. Thousands of federal employees have been working without pay, furloughed, or laid off. On Monday, the U.S. Senate passed a bill to end the shutdown and fund the government. Today, that bill goes to the House of Representatives for approval. Lawmakers in the House have to reach a simple majority to pass the bill, and the margin is razor thin. If it passes, the bill moves to President Donald Trump for approval, and he's expected to sign it this evening. So from what I understand, all this bullshit that the Democrats were, hey, peace, Nia, how are you? Alaikum assalam. Yeah, all this shit that the Democrats were, oh, we want to get health care for the illegals and all, trying to hold out for all that bullshit. From what I understand, they didn't get none of that. None of that is in the is in the shit. So you did all this shit for nothing. All the SNAP benefits. Oh, everybody was crying about SNAP. Oh, my SNAP is about to cut off. What am I supposed to do? Me and my children eat steak and lobsters. How the fuck we supposed to eat steak and lobsters if our SNAP is off? Well, these motherfuckers hijacked your SNAP, and they hijacked your WIC. They hijacked all they hijacked the TSA's motherfucking paychecks and shit. So this was the best time to fly. They letting all kind of shit through. The motherfucker see a Uzi and think, just get your ass on the fucking plane. These motherfuckers don't pay me enough. Yeah, he had a Uzi in his luggage. So what? Who gives a fuck? You know how niggas get too, and it beat them. Who you think work at TSA? Like, oh hell no, they ain't paying me enough. They ain't paying me at all. Shit. Think I'm gonna stop a motherfucker. Shit. This would actually be the time to bribe a TSA. I'm just saying, if you're into illegal shit like this, right? This would have been a great time to bribe a TSA worker because they're not getting paid. Right? Hey, I got a fucking, you know what I mean? 2 weeks worth of check for you. You just make sure this shit go under the radar. Huh? Huh? I'm just saying. I'm not trying to give y'all ideas. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just thinking out loud. This could be a plot of a movie. Hmm? And I would never do this. I'm just saying. But it seems like a good idea under these circumstances. Any of those people, maybe bribing a soldier, right? Wasn't soldiers maybe not getting their bread? But apparently the first thing y'all thought about bribing when all of this went down, right, was the young ladies who wouldn't be getting their money, right? All of a sudden you see all these memes and niggas talking about, oh, head is back to $40. All this internet fucking shit. They said this shit is back to $40. Niggas, motherfuckers was happy. It was like, these girls struggling again. Good. Good. Nah, that shit is funny. But at the same time, you know, what's not funny is, you know, these government programs and shit, they definitely were part of what broke up the family structure, what took the black man out of the home, thus creating a lot of the bullshit that we're experiencing now. All right, Brian, I'm gonna put you on timeout. I'm not gonna like ban you, but don't come in here with that Eminem shit. You know we don't play that. You're just doing that to be a dickhead. Come on, don't do that. We're not here for that today. You know he's not number one, not around here. So don't come in here with that. Right? Maybe in your world, and that's fine. He could be number one in your world, but not over here. Stop it. You're just trying to be a fucking dickhead. You want to get a rouse out of me, right? So I'm gonna put you on timeout. I'm not gonna ban you. But now when your time is up and you come back, right? And if you're still talking this bullshit, you know, I'm gonna have to sick my moderators on you, and then they're gonna ban you. It's not worth it. You know why? Because you might fucking actually learn something while you're here. Huh? You might gain a perspective that could be valuable in your life. God level, I see you. What's good, my brother? Yeah, you might gain a perspective that could be helpful to you. You know what I mean? So rather than come in here trolling and trying to be, you know, disruptive, you know, why don't you just sit back, relax, you know, have you little sip on something? You want to know what I'm drinking? And Andre Smith said, "Peace, Lord. Fly ghost package. How's that foot?" Yo, that shit was hilarious. So what he's talking about? Okay, first of all, let me tell you, I'm drinking a little bit of Remy Martin with ginger beer. Mm, mm, mm. Let me tell y'all something. Ginger beer is like the new shit. I wasn't up on it like forever type of shit. Like I just got up on it not too long ago. But when I got up on it, like I fucks with it. So anyway, my man Andre Smith is talking about I don't know if y'all saw, but I posted an unboxing of some stuff that I got from Ghostface Killer's coffee company, Killer Coffee, right? And it was a bunch of nice stuff, man. I'm talking coffee mugs, nice fucking like nice shit with like not just regular, it was regular coffee mugs, but then there was some shit like maybe it's for tea or some shit. Had gold spoons with a crown on the top. Like all there was a lot of ill shit in there. It had a blinged out fucking like one of those blinged out thermoses, like some big ass shit, right? T-shirts, hats, it was all kind of shit in there. Shout out to my man Remedy, right? So as I'm doing this shit, right, I'm smoking the L, right? You know, very, very unprofessional. When I look back at it, like it was looking unprofessional. I probably shouldn't have been smoking the L during the unboxing. It was my first unboxing, all right? I I fucking whenever I get some shit, I always forget that unboxing is a thing to do. Like, you know what I mean? Like some people yeah, like that's an internet thing, I guess. And you can get view, you know, people want to see that type of shit. But I always forget to do it. So this time I remembered to do it. Cuzzo was at my crib. Shout out to cousin Corey. Um, so as I'm doing it, right, I'm smoking it. And yo, the cherry of the L falls into my fucking sneaker, like in that ankle area. And it's like I can't get it. It proceeds to burn like a part of the inside of my sneaker, and it burned a fucking hole right through my sock. And my fucking ankle was on fire for a minute. But I still got through the segment. That's right. Ginger beer is the shit, right? Especially the kind that use real ginger. Yes, sir. Um, so yeah, I'm filming this shit. I didn't edit the shit out. Um, he said that was a lava rock. Yo, that's my word. That's what the fuck it felt like, Andre. That shit, yo. I'm surprised that I don't really have a iller scar than you know what I mean. But that sock got obliterated. Like it had a nice size hole in that. And then the kicks had a little, you know what I mean, a little burn on the inside too and shit. I was like, yo, what the fuck? But I encourage you go check out this unboxing. Yeah, the whole shit. It's just entertaining and get you some killer coffee, man. I've been drinking it. Actually, it's a good fucking coffee. I fuck with the marble cake. I was drinking some of the vanilla milkshake. That was a good one. Um, yeah, you got some other joints I didn't get to try. Those are the two that I tried so far. But I definitely recommend it. Um, the merch that come with it is dope. It's dope. I definitely fuck with it. So yeah, as I was saying, this whole government shutdown had a lot of people they said put that shit in the movie. Um a lot of this government shutdown had a lot of people, you know, bribe ready. That's all I could say. They was bribe ready. You know, a little bit of change, have them ready to do something strange. Is all I'm saying. Ah, A1 Drizzy. You know, I'm glad you just said that too. Fuck it. Three Eye Atlas. Please tell me y'all don't believe in this. Please, with everything I love, please tell me y'all don't believe in this 3i Atlas shit and that you know that this is part of the premise for their Project Bluebeam. Like, this is the, you know, let's set this shit up early in advance. Let's start talking about this shit months in advance so that when we fake attack the earth, what's good, Terrell? When we fake attack the earth, it won't be just out of nowhere. We've been prepping this 3i Atlas thing for the longest. Okay, so for those of you that are not up to speed, 3i Atlas is what some people are saying is a comet. First of all, you have to believe in outer space and all this type of shit to even buy any of this shit. Okay. Yes, the fake alien invasion that they want to come with. But okay, let's just say that you believe, right? They're saying, right, that what they thought was a comet is not necessarily acting like a comet. It doesn't have the same characteristics of a comet. That it doesn't have certain tail, like from Frost and all this type of shit that comets say they usually have, and its trajectory, you know, is coming close to the sun, and it seems that it's moving towards Earth, and you know, it's slowed down and it's dimmed, it's changed trajectory and this and that, and it could be an alien craft with ill intentions. Peace, N.E. Yes, it may be a spaceship. It went from, now if you go to NASA's website, they'll say it's a comet. So the fact that they're trying to say that it exists at all, you know, is them trying to play along with the game. NASA is not necessarily saying that they think it's a UFO on their website, but if you go look, they do say 3i Atlas is a comet, right? Which is some bullshit. Okay, that's some bullshit too. There are no fucking asteroids and comets and all this dumb shit. Shooting stars are one thing. Yeah, I don't believe those are comets and all this, you know, as they call them. Anyway, so they're saying it could arrive. Oh, and they were saying it could arrive November. Like, that's what they were saying. So we're gonna see, man. We're gonna see if they finally have the balls to pull out the holograms, pull out the drones, start turning them on the people, and say that it's aliens that did it. It's aliens that did it, and we as humanity, right? Because they'll do it all over the world. We as humanity need to come together like in Independence Day. Yeah, we need to come together like in Independence Day and fucking fight against the aliens, you know? And this would be a good time to, you know, have a one world government and a one world money, because we don't have time to fucking do all this other shit. We don't have time to fucking have separate governments right now. We need to come together as one Earth. And yeah, that will be their excuse for their new world order, Anthony. with a one world government. Y'all need to know that it's not real. And you see that, and it's, you notice how all this AI shit is coming out right now, where AI is blurring the lines between what's real and what's fake. We talked about this. So there's going to be AI footage of alien attacks that you're not going to be sure, is this AI or did that really happen? Right? And all they got to do is say, no, 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 that really happened. All they got to do is somebody that you trust, fucking ABC News or, NBC Tonight or whatever, one of these motherfuckers, and say, yeah, no, I know it looks like AI, but that wasn't AI. That was real. That's what they're going to say. And then you're going to say, oh, I know it looks like AI, but it wasn't AI because, Dan Rather or whatever the fuck these motherfuckers name. He said it was real. So my man Harvey from TMZ said it was real. So it's got to be real because Harvey said so. Even the black guy with the dreads was right there with him. So it has to be real. Because there's no way TMZ would lie. There's no way. And any of y'all out there that believe that it's even possible that any of these media outlets would lie to you? Yeah, you're just crazy. I don't know what you're talking about. Triple OG. Yo, Jamar, you down with them ice? I don't know. Don't believe everything you see and hear. Nope. Don't do it. Don't do it. So, where's my phone? Oh, here it is. Um, so I see. Oh, let's talk about this. New York City elects socialist mayor. What will be the effect? So Zoran Mamdani was elected to be the mayor of New York City. Now, first off, I want to say this is my first time in my life that I have not lived in New York State. And it's the first time in the past probably 30 years that I haven't lived in one of the five boroughs. And I gotta say that I'm happy. I'm happy I don't live there right now. Although this Mikey Cheryl out here in Jersey, I'm not happy about that. But anyway, so Zoran Mondami, he wants to have free buses. Um, he wants to have city-run grocery stores. He wants to have, um, you know, rent stabilization, and he wants to tax the rich and all of this, you know, these socialist ideologies. Um, but where would that really take the city if we follow them? Like I know it all sounds good, but socialism leads to, and I've said this before, socialism leads to the people becoming the children and the government becoming the parents. Why do you think people were freaked out when the government shut down and certain socialist um, programs were being affected? Because you're so used to your parent giving you shit that you no longer think that you're supposed to do for self. You no longer feel like you're supposed to go out and get it yourself. And that is a fundamental problem. Okay, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught do for self. This is something that was very attractive to us coming up when we were getting knowledge of self. The idea of doing for self and not relying on the devil and his civilization in order to give you food, clothing, and shelter, right? But somewhere along the line, you know, either some of us forgot that message or that message didn't get to us the way it should have. Um, but that's the only message for survival, man. And anything that teaches you other than do for self is trying to put you in slavery. Because now, once you um, are in the habit of receiving, right, from the parent, if you don't do what they say, then you can be punished, right? You can be punished. Well, I'm not going to give you what you want until you do what I say, right? A lot of you all was punished during uh the shmandemic, right? When, hey, you better take this fucking, you better take this shot or you're not getting this. You see? Like, it's the same principle, y'all. And um yeah, this whole socialist feeling like everybody should share in, you know, the wealth and everybody should necessarily be equal. All men are not created equal. Okay. And that's some shit they said in the Constitution, but that's, come on, man. We know that's not true. We know that all men aren't created equal. Some of y'all motherfuckers is ugly as a motherfucker. Y'all can't get no broads. You're not equal to a you're not equal to a handsome dude. You're just not. Some people are smart, some people are dumb. There's all kind of shit. Like, we're not equal. Some have more money, some have less. We're not all equal. But in socialism, those who have more are expected to give to those who have less, regardless if they worked hard for it and the people who have less did no work. You see? And that's not right. That's not fair. It seems like a swell concept, but um yeah, it's some bullshit. So free buses in New York City, first of all, that's going to turn into, like my man Roman said, it's going to turn into a homeless shelter on wheels. It will be a homeless shelter on wheels. Because who you think's going to be riding on the free bus to stay warm? A bunch of homeless people. So now you go get on the bus and it's going to be fucking stinking um like homeless people. With homeless people all laid out, stretched out on the fucking bus. Um First of all, my man Trammell, who works for the MTA, he said most of the buses is free now anyway. He said if you ask a lot of these bus drivers, he said, man, he said maybe half the people pay for these fucking buses. People don't even pay when they get on the fucking bus. It's already kind of fucking free. But when you declare it to be free, oh yeah, it's definitely going to be a homeless shelter on wheels. And how is that helpful to the city at large. Great, another, great concept, but how is that helpful to the city at large? It's not. It's just it's a good campaign thing to say. Um, when you talk about uh, rent stabilization and all of this type of shit, um, landlords, right? When you have rent stabilization, the rent stays a certain place, even though the going market might have exponentially gone higher, right? So you can have somebody in a rent stabilized thing for 30, 40 years, let's just say. Finally, the landlord gets the fucking gets the apartment, right? But there needs to be renovations, 30 years of renovations in this apartment. How does the landlord pay for these renovations, right? He's gonna have to fucking up the fucking rent when he puts this particular unit back on the market, um, in order to try to pay for these renovations, right? But what people like Mondami is saying is no, you can't up that you can't up that rent. It needs to stay the same, right? So you need to make those renovations um and basically lose money, right? So the landlords say to themselves, well, why the fuck should I lose money doing these renovations since they want to force me if I put this unit online, they're going to force me to pay for these renovations, but I can't raise the rent because of this socialist, um, you know, rent stabilization shit that he's trying to pull. So what do? They just take the unit off the market, right? So you take the unit off the market, and now you just have a bunch of empty units sitting there. Okay, so now supply and demand, right? So now the supply has gone down even further. The demand is high, so now you're actually causing rents to go up. You stupid motherfuckers, you. You're actually causing rents to go up, thinking that you're doing something good because it sounds good. It sounds like a good campaign. Oh, I'm going to rent stable. Think it through. Think it through. I don't care what word you put before democratic socialism. Socialism is socialism. Okay? We don't fuck with socialism. We don't fuck with communism. You know, all these fucking isms that they're talking about. Yeah, we're not with that shit. Um, so we're gonna see, man. From what I understand, this guy hasn't even really had a job before this. Maybe he was like a camp counselor or some shit they said, or like, um, yeah, he comes from money, so he's trying to act like he's against the rich, but his people got bread. Um, his people are in entertainment. I think he was in a Disney movie. I think they said, like, all the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. Um, yeah, his mother's a filmmaker. Mm-hmm. And yes, he was an actor himself. He was a rapper too. He was a rapper, you know. Not saying that you can't be a rapper and get into politics, but you know, he was a rapper nobody heard of. That's right. The Black Panthers were for socialism, and they were led down the wrong road with that. How about that? How about just because we love the Black Panthers, we have to be able to realize that their whole socialist ideology was wrong. And for all we know, maybe that was they were guided down that road by the CIA or some shit like that. Who knows? But yes, unfortunately, the Black Panthers were about socialism. And yeah, the little red book, Mao Zedong, and all that type of shit. No good. No good. Trust me, when I was young, I thought socialism was a good thing too. I thought, yeah, we should all have the same thing. We all should be. And no, no, no. You don't want to fucking go to you don't want to go to your job, work your fucking however many hours a week you work, and then be forced to, you know, give half your paycheck to someone that doesn't work or doesn't even belong here, like is not legally here. Like, okay, make it personal so you could understand. Imagine somebody broke into your crib, and you were forced to give them food, clothing, and shelter, and health care. You'd be like, what the fuck? They broke into my crib. Why would I do that? Good question. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Hang on. Shout out to Sadat's missing tooth. I missed this one. I meant to hit this earlier. He said, so they just debunked one of those 3-eye atlas images that went viral. Turns out it was a one-cell organism under a microscope. Of course, man, all that shit is fake, man. All that shit is fake. Thank you, Dottie's tooth. But yeah, man, all that shit is fake. Mogul Maze, thank you, brother. I appreciate you. Yeah, man. Somebody said, but then LJ, do you think Mayor Adams should have been reelected? Nope. Nope. I'm gonna be quite honest with you. I wasn't happy about any candidate. I wasn't happy with any candidate that they had up there. Not Mondami, fucking Adams when he was running, not Cuomo, and fucking not Sliwa. Right? Um, when you have to pick, damn, you know, see, they always force you into these trying to choose the lesser of the evil, right? Out of those picks, who would you pick? Because if you were going to go with somebody that had the most political experience, then you'd have to go with Cuomo, right? But I think Cuomo is a slick piece of shit, man. He's too much of a fucking politician, man. I don't fuck with him, man. Mondami, the socialist bullshit, no. Hey, he's weird, he's quirky, but Sliwa, ah, I mean, he's a real New Yorker. This is what I could say. He's a lifelong New Yorker. He's been on his New York shit his whole fucking life since this whole guardian angel shit. Um, do I think he should be mayor? No, but would I have picked him before these other guys? Maybe. But I don't live in New York City anymore, so I didn't have any. I mean, I guess I could have voted. Technically, my shit still says my license still says Staten Island. They say capitalism doesn't seem to be working either. No, but it works better than socialism and communism. I will say that. It's just capitalism without morals is what is bad. Immoral capitalism. When people start trying to stack the deck immorally, when you're able to make money off of things that hurt people or kill people, poison people, make them unhealthy, but you know you've used your money to create laws so that you can't be prosecuted for any of this type of shit, and it just seems normal. That's the capitalism that I feel is some bullshit. But if I have some land, right? If I have 40 acres, right? And you have 40 acres, and I fucking till the shit out of my land where, my harvest is just crazy bountiful, right? But you don't do shit to yours. Why do you deserve some of my hard labor? Please explain that. Somebody said, can we make ethical capitalism popular? Can we? Can we? I think we can if we start practicing it. If we start practicing ethical capitalism, where some deal does not go through because it's unethical. Too many deals go through that are unethical. And some parties got to be the ones that say, you know what? I know we could have made a shitload of money here, right? But if we do this, it's going to be a whole lot of fucking babies out there that are, addicted to this chemical or, whatever the fuck. Like, there should not be drugs that there's a possibility of you having suicidal thoughts, right? Why is that even a thing? Why is that something that is still for sale? See, that's unethical capitalism. You think the ethics are in telling the people the possibilities. But to me, it's unethical to even sell that shit at all. If something will make you have suicidal thoughts or homicidal thoughts, it should not be on the market at all. Period. Why would you sell some shit like that? Compassionate capitalism. I'm loving these names you guys are coming up with. Because this is what we need. We also, and I said this before, we need political figures who have morals the same way. We need to know that these motherfuckers have gone through something, some sort of initiation that can assure that these motherfuckers are not corrupt. That's what the fuck we need. That they're living by the laws of Ma'at. And if they not, they got to go. Just my thoughts. Moving on. Max B is home from prison after doing 16 years. He was sentenced to 75, and I guess his sentence got commuted somehow. I guess, what did he tell or something like that? I just see, a lot of people are happy that he's home. Listen, we don't want to see nobody locked up out here. I liked some of Max B's stuff back in the days. 16 years, these fans right now probably have no idea who Max B is. Or anything about the wave, and they might have heard his name stay alive through French Montana. And I will say, shout out to French Montana. He did stick by the homie the whole time. It seemed like he really rode for him, and seemed like he was trying to do what he could do from the outside to help that man get out. So yeah, shout out to him for that. Now, I will say, right, Max B is a cautionary tale, right? Max B had a lot of positive shit going on. It seemed like Max B was about to pop back then, right? But he used to be around them Dipset dudes, man, and them Dipset dudes was getting paper back then. You understand what I'm saying? I think Max B was in the type of situation where he was around dudes that was getting bread, and he just couldn't really wait his turn, and he wanted to speed up the process. And I think, from what I could see from the outside looking in, it seemed like not being able to hold your head, looking around, seeing what everybody else has got, wanting to have that right now. And you about to get it, but you like, fuck that, I want it now. So you end up doing a fucking robbery, thinking that, you know what I mean? That's going to bring you closer to getting that bread that you want to have, and to live the lifestyle that you want to have. And then you fuck around and get locked up and get 75 years. Fuck up your career, your chances to legally make money and take care of your family, and you know what I mean? Put the hood on your back if you have to. Um, I think there's a lesson to be learned from that. So yeah, we could celebrate that the brother is out and all of that type of shit, because again, we don't want to see nobody locked up like that. Although let's keep in mind, a man lost his life. Somebody lost their life in this robbery, in an attempt to try to get money, and you know, lost that shit. Somebody lost their life. So keep that in mind too. But you know, what I would have, and not just young people, anybody that might be just right on the cusp of some shit, or just, you know what I mean? Shit is about to happen for you. Like, for instance, some people have lawsuits, right? And these shits be taking a couple years sometimes, right? But you got motherfuckers that get thirsty and they want to go to the fucking KG Wentworth and these type of niggas, you know what I mean? It's my money and I want it now. Like, that's the worst fucking thing you can do, right? That's like the equivalent of him trying to rob somebody. You see what I'm saying? Just hold your head and wait for the shit to come how it's supposed to come. Because when you try to make all these shortcuts, and it ends up being a bad move in the long run. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, when you fuck with 877 Cash Now, when you fuck with them niggas, and you finally get your settlement, the interest on all of that money that bro, you walk away with some bullshit, and then you like, damn, you mad as a motherfucker because you already been spent that bread. That shit is gone. You know what I mean? The homie, the homie Max B didn't even get that bread like that. Like, the robbery was botched, or like niggas got caught. You know what I mean? Somebody died, and what you did that for went out the window. Like, niggas got to feel real fucking stupid, to be honest. You got to feel real stupid. Like, damn, bro. Thought he's gonna have. Thought this was gonna be so. This shit just totally. Man, if I had it to do it again, man, I would. You know what I mean? Like, come on, y'all. Just hold your head. That's the cautionary tale I see from this is hold your fucking head, man, and wait your turn. Don't worry about these niggas around you that got all the bread and all this type of shit. That'll be you in a second. You know what I mean? If you around these dudes like that, and you bound to fucking, that shit is bound to rub off on you, man. But stop trying to speed up the process with some negative shit. Don't do that. Don't do what Max B did. And you'll be all right. Now, hopefully, he can come out. He can start making some fucking hits and do what he should have did 16 years ago. You see what I'm saying? And if he do it, I know he's gonna be like, damn, I'm so fucking stupid. Like, this is what I should have did. I don't know why I fucking, you know what I mean? Watch, he gonna say that. He gonna say that. Like, yo, I could have been doing this. Hopefully he say that. Hopefully he realizes. Hopefully he's not one of these dudes that come out and still feel like, you know what I mean? I ain't do nothing wrong. Like like that lifestyle is valid. Shit. But shout out to Max B. Shout out to French Montana. Oh, you know what I wanted to say real quick? I saw when French gave Max B the wave chain, right? And I respected that. You know why? Because he gave him his own he gave him his own chain. Like some dudes will low key play you, right? And they'll give you a chain when you first come home, but it be some shit where you like gotta represent they shit. You know what I mean? So they'll give you like a no limit chain or like a Rockefeller chain. Or, you see what I'm saying? Like some shit that's like, it ain't necessarily a chain, some shit with your name or something that represents you. It's just like, you know what I mean? Here goes a dope ass chain, but I'm gonna make you a billboard for my shit type of shit. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and to me, that's some low key, you know what I mean? That's some low key sly shit. Um, so the fact that French didn't do that, I'm just saying, I peeped it and I respect it. All right. Um. Oh, hip hop is out of the top 40 for the first time in 35 years. They said. Now I want to ask y'all: is that a good thing or a bad thing? What do y'all think about that? Because I say it's probably a good thing. First of all, has the way hip hop has been going lately for the past, I don't know how many years, did it even really deserve to be in the fucking top 40 like that? Maybe. Maybe not. Um, but now that it's not in the top 40 or whatever the case may be, can people start like can people start making like real hip hop again that is not that doesn't have like charts and shit in mind? It's just pure and just motherfuckers saying what they want to say or they just want to make some dope music and they not thinking, oh, yeah, I'm trying to get on the billboard and all that. Well, the billboard not fucking with you. So fuck billboard. Forget about billboard. Let's get back to the craft now. Let's get back to y'all got spoiled with the fucking arenas and the stadiums and shit like that. Let's get back to the, you know, to the dusty clubs, to the fucking social rooms and you know, little underground shit where the real shit, where the real innovation was taking place. Huh? Maybe we can get back to that type of shit. Somebody said, Tamari Bull said, I believe it's a good thing. A lot of these artists wasn't even supposed to be making music. I say this as a 30-year-old. Wow. Said, Lord, I think Megan the Stallion broke through the hip hop top 40. What, since that happened? Maybe. And you know, maybe there's somebody will jump back on to the list. But the point was that for the first time in 35 years, there was no hip hop in the top 40. Now, we're not saying that it'll never be again, but that was a very significant, um, yeah, it was very significant. It was a very significant benchmark, you know, especially when the way they used to say that hip hop was just a fad and it's not going to be around so long. Well, goddamn, it took 35 years for there not to be a hip hop song in the top 40 or the top 100, whatever the case may be. Interesting. Very interesting. Um, yes, I am still in contact with Stacks. Shout out to Artie Stacks. Yeah, you know. He definitely rest in peace to Mama Stacks and all of that. And yeah, Stacks want to come back. He know he welcome. But yes, so we'll see. We'll see if it's a good thing or a bad thing. I don't think it's a, I don't think it's something to cry over, you know? I don't think it's something to cry over at all. Um and this last thing, this is not even a current events thing. Yes, I'm still making music. Building 7 still coming. Just suffered a setback, but Building 7 is still coming. Um this is just kind of one of those questions, right? Um we were wondering, I was talking to my man Roman, and first of all, does it even exist anymore? And if so, what are the rules? What are the rules of the bro code? What are the rules of the bro code? Now, y'all can list them. Y'all can come up here and discuss them if you like. But I'm just curious. What do you believe are the rules of the bro code? I'll put one on. I'll start off one. Um, you don't fuck your man's girl. Huh? That's your man, his girl's off limits. It's part of the bro code. Give me some. Loyalty's too general. I mean, loyalty, I guess, yes, that's part of the bro code. But I think there's specific loyalties. Um, what else? Okay, I like that. Somebody said, don't let someone speak greasy on your bro in front of you. Now, that's something that I think a lot of y'all these days, though, are guilty of. I think some of y'all bitch ass motherfuckers want to be cool with everybody, and y'all will allow somebody, especially if they have more money than you, to talk greasy about your people in your presence without you fucking saying nothing. Tell me if I'm wrong. Oh, here we go. I was waiting for this. Another one is if your man is unfaithful to his wife, girlfriend, you keep quiet. Fellas, this might be one of might be one of the main ones. Right there. That is some bro code shit. Shut the fuck up. The bro code be if his wife calls you and asks was he with you, god damn it, he was with me. That's the bro code. Okay. Hopefully there's not too many women watching right now. But that's some shit that we was taught from a young age. Okay. And god damn it, if you violate that, you know what they call you, right? A bitch ass nigga. A bitch ass nigga. Don't never. Bros over hoes. That's kind of, that's kind of the one kind of connects to the other in a way. You know what I mean? What it's saying is, and especially like, don't be jumping out of the window, no fucking hoe over your bro. Like hoes come and go. You understand? But bros, real bros, it's supposed to be for life type of shit. And it's supposed to be a stronger bond than just some, like your love for pussy. So don't let your love for pussy outweigh your brotherhood. A1 Drizzy said, keeping your word. That is part of the bro code. You should keep your word with your bros. Can't be out here lying to your motherfucking bros. Somebody said, don't be evil. I mean, that's kind of generic. I think we don't, that's regular. Don't condone foul shit. Oh, okay, that's okay, but I like this one. Here we go. You fight, we fight together. That's some bro shit right there. Motherfucker, if we roll up to a spot together and you get into some shit, give a fuck if you right or wrong, motherfucker. We are fighting together, especially if it's a group type of thing. If you got a one-on-one, I'm making sure there ain't nobody jumping in type of shit. You understand? That's part of the bro code too. But yes, you fight, we fight together. That's some bro shit. These are good. Write these down, y'all. These are good bro codes, y'all. Moet Chandon said, honestly, God, I think we might be the last generation to have a bro code because this YNs don't have codes. Word is bond. I feel you, bro. If your bro is talking to someone, you don't shoot at the same basket. Facts. It's not just about his wife or, you know what I mean? Yeah. If he got a little piece that he's, you know what I mean, trying to get at, you ain't supposed to be trying to get at that piece too. That's some sucker shit right there. I'd even take it as far as, yo, you shouldn't be I don't think you should be trying to fuck your bro's sister or no shit like that. You know what I mean? I think sisters should be off limits, bro, to your bro. You know? That's just me. But that seemed like some bro shit right there. He said, never let your bro embarrass himself in public. That's a good one. Um, mm, watch each other's back. Uh-huh. You never know what's gonna happen. That's a good one. From the west side of Chicago, bro code. Never take the stand against your bro. This is, I mean, that was supposed to be a thing. You know what I mean? That was supposed to be a thing. But that's a bro code that gets broken all the time. All the time. Sometimes you got to take one for the team. No pillow talk with your lady. Good shit. Good shit. Good shit. So we have a good quality of men here at this channel that at least y'all have some sense of what a fucking bro code even is. Because yeah, we are living in a time where there are no codes, there are no morals. A real bro celebrates your wins, not competes with them. Yeah, that's real shit. That's real shit. Um, Part of the bro code, I would say, is being the type of bro that like you're there when a motherfucker is in need. You know what I mean? Yo, I got locked up. I had to leave my car down at the such and such. Could you go, you know, keys are in it. Could you go get it for me? Um, sure, I could do that. So LJ, would you classify your beef with Godfrey as bro code violation? Sure. Yep. He violated the bro code. Never conspire, right? Never conspire with your bro's enemies behind their backs. That's not some bro shit. When you conspire with your brother's enemies to try to make your brother look bad, yeah, that's bro code violation. And that just lets you know that that's not your bro. That's all. It's not even that serious. But don't pretend that we bros when we not bros. Uncivilized Savage said, if your bro's outfit is wild, you tell him before you leave the house, not after the photos drop. Listen, you damn right I'm telling him because he's not hanging out with me with a wild fucking outfit. Like, nigga, you ain't going outside with me looking like that. The fuck? The fuck? Don't be jealous. Okay. I like that. Big Scuba said that's close to 15 codes right there. Hey, write them down. Yeah, well, listen, man. Maybe we take this segment and you can play this part for some of these young motherfuckers out here so they can actually know that there are codes, that these are some of the codes that they should be going by. You don't disrespect your boy's family. How about that? Especially their parents. You don't talk to your bro's mom's crazy, their pop's crazy. You don't talk to their sister or their, you know what I mean? Cousins, nobody. You treat your bro's family with the respect that you treat your bro. Because a bro is short for brother, right? If this is your bro, this is like your brother from another mother type of shit. This is not just an acquaintance. This is your bro. Right. Don't hang out with the ops. If you know goddamn well that I got a serious problem with this motherfucker, and this motherfucker talks shit about me every chance he get, why do you still hang with this motherfucker when you are closer to me, when we're supposed to be closer? Why would you do that? Because you wishy-washy. Because niggas is wishy-washy out here. They scared to stand on their square about anything. About anything. So that's why they do some shit like that. That was a very good one, Drizzy. Don't hang with the ops. Well, what it said, God, I don't have friends. All I have is brothers. Friends are shit bags. Factorini. Well, listen, man, I'm about to wrap it up. I just want to come on here and chop it up with y'all. Appreciate y'all for coming through. Listen, feel free to keep this conversation going. Y'all could put more, y'all think of more bro codes, put them in the chat, talk about them. Yeah, create that list, and hopefully, you know, we can, if we could save one young man out there, just one, if we could save one young man, you know, we'd be doing a great thing. But now I appreciate y'all for coming through as always. Y'all make sure y'all have a great rest of your weekend. I will be back soon, I promise. No more construction going on. Until then, peace. To the gods and earth, and all my positive people of the universe. Yeah.